Welcome back. The City Parks Foundation has two amazing programs they are offering to kids in a wide range of ages. One of those programs is called Green Girls, which aims to inspire middle school girls to get excited and see a possible career within the world of STEM. Another open to boys and girls is called Learning Garden, which aims to teach kids from low income communities about gardening, food systems, and more, all through a hands on experience. Chrissy Ward, the Director of Education for City Parks Foundation, joins me to tell us more. Chrissy, thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you.
So, just to start off, can you tell me a little bit more about the education department within the City Parks Foundation?
Yes, City Parks Learn offers high quality STEM education in all 5 boroughs of New York City through 4 key program areas: our Green Girls program, our Learning Gardens program, Coastal Classroom, and also Seeds to Trees. And through these programs, we also offer workforce development through paid internships for high school and college interns.
And now the City Parks Foundation is offering hands-on environmental programs to young kids. Now, before we dive a little deeper into these programs, can you tell us why it was so important to make these environmental programs a hands-on experience for kids?
Yes, there's plenty of evidence to support that experiential place-based education is very effective pedagogical methods. But we just see that our students respond very positively to experiential ed. They are very happy to be outdoors and be doing things as they're learning. I think it makes them feel taken very seriously, frankly.
That's amazing. And now I understand these programs are offered in two locations, the Bronx as well in other boroughs. Can you speak on these locations and why they were chosen?
Yeah, we actually are offering programs in more than 2 locations in the Bronx, where 3 programs are operating. The Green Girls program is operating in the Bronx in one school location. We have our Learning Garden, which is in Morrisania, the Grove Hill Learning Garden, but we also operate our Seeds to Trees program in a number of schools in the Bronx. So we're throughout the Bronx. We're also in all 5 boroughs of New York City. We are working in historically marginalized neighborhoods in New York City because we feel that it is important to bring STEM education to as many schools as possible. And we know that principals working in Title I schools want our program, but can't always prioritize it. So our programs are free or low cost to these schools and always free to the students.
That's amazing. And now one of the programs you offer is called Green Girls. Can you tell us a little bit more about this program?
Absolutely. Green Girls is a program targeted to middle school students that are female or female identifying, as well as high school and college interns. And the program offers serious STEM learning, as well as an opportunity for youth to understand the environment, understand their New York City resources, especially in parks, and to be able to advocate for them in their own communities.
And now this program is focused on girls between the ages of 10 and 13. Was there a specific reason the program chose to focus on this specific age group?
Yes. When the program started over 20 years ago, there was growing information and understanding that there was a huge gap in the science field, not only in the United States, really throughout the world, and that girls, particularly girls of color, were being left out of the sciences. And so City Parks Foundation found an opportunity there to bring serious science learning specifically to girls in the Green Girls program by offering a space where girls could come in and learn without the pressure, without the gender pressure that is often found in schools.
Absolutely. And just tell me a little bit more, if you can elaborate a little bit more on just the importance of encouraging these girls to be more engaged and exciting about environmental science and STEM.
Yeah, well, I think that our green girls and students in all of our programs are studying very dynamic and interesting, as well as authentic concepts. Green girls are learning about urban forests as well as their drinking water supply system in New York City. So they are understanding what these resources are, how they are needed by for themselves and their own communities, and what the impacts are on them. Through the program, they're actually allowed to advocate for, not just learn about, but actively work within their systems in order to be able to steward these resources, advocate for them. One example is our tree pit work that girls do. Our green girls have worked to improve hundreds of tree pits within their own neighborhoods in New York City and beautify them and keep those trees healthy.
That's amazing. And earlier you talked a little bit about some of the internship programs that you held for high school students and college students. And one of these internships is available for green girls. So can you tell me a little bit about who qualifies for this?
Any high school student in the city is welcome to apply to our internship program, and they are offered across our 4 program areas that I mentioned earlier. Particularly in the Green Girls program, we often do recruit our high school interns from the program itself and creating a pipeline within our program. So we see our students become what we call junior mentors in 9th grade, and then paid interns in 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, sometimes going on to college and coming back as college interns. And we even have some examples where graduated college students who were green girls come back and work with us as lead environmental educators.
That's awesome. And you also have another program called Learning Gardens. Can you tell us a little bit about that program as well?
Absolutely. Our Learning Gardens program operates in the Bronx at that Grove Hill Learning Garden, as well as Queens and Brooklyn. And this is a program for elementary through college youth, once again, to learn concepts about biodiversity within public spaces, community gardens in New York City, to learn about urban agriculture, to learn how to grow food, and also to learn about food justice in New York City. Who can grow food? Who deserves access to healthy food and healthy eating? And yeah.
And now this program has 3 different programs within it. Can you tell us some key differences between the 3 programs, like ages, enrollment, and goals?
Sure. In our school day component, we are working with elementary and middle school youth who are working with us in the classroom. We plug into the classroom, and then we bring the students out to the gardens. In high school, we are engaging high school youth as trainees who train with us during the spring semester and then come and work with us as paid interns in the summertime. That summer program also invites college interns who are paid to come, and there's this peer mentorship system where college youth are mentoring high school youth, and high school youth are mentoring the younger middle school youth, and it's actually a beautiful system. It works very well. And all of them are learning how to grow food and understanding how biodiversity operates within the learning gardens.
I think that's amazing that you're not only teaching like the younger kids, but then you're giving the older kids more of an opportunity to apply what they're learning. Can you tell us a little bit about the importance of having like the older students teach the younger students?
Yes, we know that, just through our experience that this peer mentorship model really works. Mainly because now we are creating a situation of community within the garden space and in all of our programs, in which the older peers often can develop very close relationships with the younger peers. And also, if you're a young kid, who are you going to look up to more? If you're a middle school youth, who's most important in your life? It's those high school kids. That's who you really look up to. And so this model works in a back and forth kind of way, right? Because both everybody's learning at the same time. The elementary school youth and the middle school youth are definitely learning from their high school peers, but their high school peers are also learning through the activity of teaching and preparing activities.
Of course. And now for the two programs, right? The Learning Garden School program and the Summer Group program. The grades range from second grade to eighth grade, but the third program focuses on high school kids. Why is it important to offer programs to such a large group of kids in differing ages?
Well, we know today how important workforce development is, and City Parks Foundation is definitely taking advantage of trends in workforce development within New York City to really help our kids get onto their career paths. And so these internships paid so that our students have the opportunity to earn while they're with us, earn while they learn. And also learn, the learning is authentic. So we're offering concept learning through STEM, science, technology, engineering, math, that really supports the standards. So while our students are with us out of school time, they can bring back that knowledge into the classroom and really support their classwork and their academic growth. At the same time, they are also participating in our career and college readiness program. And so through that 30-hour training program, they're learning basics in job readiness, as well as how to write a college essay, how to apply for college, how to get financial aid. So all of these ways in which we're supporting the young people to get on their career pathways.
That is so important. And I want to circle back to the Green Girl program because it encourages young women in STEM, right? And that's something that unfortunately we don't see a lot of. Can you tell me a little bit about the reception that you get from the program participants and like they're doing this work and they know that one day they can see themselves in that field. So can you tell me a little bit about what that reception has been like?
Yeah, I really appreciate that question because you would be surprised at how many of the girls initially, when they first enter the program, say, I'm not good at science. I'm not a, I'm not going to be a scientist. And by the end of the program, they have definitely changed their minds about, first of all, how they feel about science, their perspective on the learning, their own self esteem in terms of working and doing scientific activities, doing the advocacy in community science that they do. It is there is a huge leap in the growth area and their confidence to see themselves as scientists. And we do have great examples of our students who go on to college and careers in science.
That's awesome. Chrissy, I want to thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. On behalf of City Parks Foundation, we're very grateful. Thank you so much for having me.
So to find out more information about Green Girls, the Learning Gardens, and all programs that the City Parks Foundation has to offer, please go to their website at www.cityparksfoundation.org and look under the Learn tab on their page. We've come to the end of our show today. I'd like to thank all of our guests for joining us and you, the viewers, for tuning in. If you missed any part of today's show, you can catch the Recable cast at 5 and 10 p.m. on Optimum Channel 67 and Verizon Fios 33, or watch anytime on the web at bronxnet.org. I'm Brittany Aubain, wishing you and yours safety and wellness now and always. See you next time.